Hello and welcome back. As you can see, I have a number of boxes out. Things are being put away. I've unexpectedly had some time off this week just before going away, so I thought I'd make a start on finally sort of dismantling the railway. So you can see I've got lots of boxes out. I keep sort of starting one part of putting things away and then getting involved with another part, shall we say. So most of the buildings have gone. I can't find the boxes that the bridges came in, so they're still sitting there, various bits and pieces. Platforms are gradually being put away in various places. There's a variety of boxed ones and unboxed, so they're finding their way back to places. So we're the 29th of July now, so I'm just about to go away for quite a long weekend. And I think what we'll do is we'll have a look at a couple of these things, and then when I get back from the short break, we'll see if we can get some running of some sort in to finish this video off with. But let's have a quick glance at a couple of these items. So I think this box is quite nice. I'm not sure whether we've seen this before. So that's straight platform units. Great price there. Look at that, 2 and 9 each. This is from the early Tri-ang Railways days, sort of pre-65, I imagine, in a box like this. So it does have a bit of newspaper stuffed in it just to stop them rattling around. So I suppose we could get many more in there, but that's a complete set of Tri-ang Railways ones. Let's have a quick glance at those. So I don't think it has Tri-ang Railways on it, it just has Tri-ang, made in England. There's a much thicker paint effect down the edge of those compared to some of the newer ones. Let's just see if we can grab a newer one. There's a whole mishmash of ones out here. So I think is that a newer one? And that hasn't got a name on it at all. I see some curved ones missing paint. I think that's a Tri-ang one. Yeah, that's got Tri-ang in big letters underneath it there. I think these ones are definitely later ones. I think I do have a couple of China-made ones hanging around here, and some made in Great Britain ones, which is slightly different. There you go. There's made in Great Britain here. That slightly different effect with the platform edging to the earlier ones. So they're a little bit different. As I say, I just kept picking these up over the years, so you end up with quite a lot of them. So they will get put away. I think that's a later one, is it? Or, yeah, it says Hornby on it, £2 that one was. Let me get in there, just see in there. So all great stuff. So I'm getting various things sort of into the places they should be. So I've got a handful of these items. These go back on the railway. Number of railways now. I've been picking these up for ages as well. So I've got various bags and bits and pieces. I'll show you a couple more bags full of these things. Let's just throw those in there. I thought that tin, which had some smart chocolates on, came with smart chocolates in it at Christmas, was a good idea for keeping some of those in. Seems a shame to throw a tin like that away, really. Let's grab that, and if we pan around slowly, have a handful. Look at a handful of other figures that I've got. So that's quite an interesting signal. Can't get that open. I don't know what railway system that's from. It came with a bunch of other things that I got a long time ago. So it's quite a large item, so I think it's meant for something a bit bigger than 00 or HO. There, so we've got a whole group of different figures there. I think there's animals in there as well. What does it say on the bag there? Farm, 75p. So when the chap used to show up at the market, there used to be bags of these on the stall. Wedding party. So I thought they were quite nice. So I've picked up quite a few items. A board and a man on a ladder, look, unpainted. And there's some more sort of seats and platform figures. I think they feel like they're metal actually, those ones. I know there is some metal ones in there. Let's have another dig around there. There's some crew, I think these are Tri-ang Hornby figures. There's a couple of engine drivers there and coach figures, look. So I think the last layout I had quite a lot of these little characters dotted around on the platform. So they're all second-hand items. There's another bag of some interesting, they look like military figures. Service personnel, it says, pound. They're quite nice. I like the second-hand ones because they're slightly worn as well, other than the bright colours. 50 pence. A flock of sheep, look. So all sorts of bits and pieces. I think these are crescent signals. They're rather lovely things. Let's have a look. Yeah, crescent. Made in England. So I think there's a handful of those sort of items there. That's lovely. It's been repaired with a bit of green garden wire, look. So if I glance in there, see what else. I think there's a couple of other of those crescent items there. I think that's a Tri-ang, or is it Hornby 00 Tri-ang? Whoops. That's a lovely looking thing, isn't it? Look at the levers on there. That's a great item. Yeah, I think that's crescent as well. I can't quite read that through the camera. But yeah, lots of little bits and pieces, so we'll get those all put away in there. And I say I'm just looking for the boxes for those particular footbridges which are standing on the station, or were standing on the station. Some more interesting items in there. Those platform pieces came out of here. I think that's a very bendy water tower. I won't be able to wrestle that out with one hand, but yeah, that's an acetate water tower. I'll come out to play another day, I think. This is an acetate footbridge as well. So all items for another time. And plenty more platform pieces. All the curved ones have gone back in here. And these were the canopies which we had out. They're all sort of living in there. So we're getting there. So I thought I'd just make a start on it. I think we'll just jump the other side and have a quick look over a couple of other items. So it does all look rather bare. Now that station's off. You've just got those footbridges left there. So I will get all this cleaned away. We'll try and end the video with a little bit of running of some sort. I'm not sure whether it'll be with the 01 or whether I'll put a clipper controller on. I've converted back a number of a number of other locomotives. Since the last video I've done these two. I've done a pair of 29s. So they're all back and running smoothly. And I'm just about to do that Lima Deltic on this Tri-ang Hornby Class 31. So we'll get that all swapped back over. Those Hornby 00 coaches are really lovely things. Couldn't resist having a fiddle with those. I can't remember now which one it is that had the rustier wheels, but I've given them a bit of a clean. So they came away with a glass fibre pen quite nicely, relatively easy. It was just like very light surface truss. I probably just caught it just in time. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, so this is the one I've really cleaned up. The wheels are quite nice. I'm still working away at that one. But yeah, the rust just moved away quite well. Lovely sound. So more wagons and stuff to go away. Box full of stuff here. Various bits and pieces. And I did find another one of those. I didn't know I had that, so I could have had an extra one in the rake there. I think one's gone away in the box, but you do end up finding other bits and pieces. So these are all going to go away. Let's just have a quick look at this box here. Got a number of other items, sort of large wagons. Never did get these ones out on the railway, so they'll probably come out to play another day. Let's see what we've got here. Actually, we did see those ferry ferry vans, didn't we? Wagons. There's a number of those. I got some unboxed ones as well. There's London brick wagons. They never did come out. They had the slightly earlier variant on the last railway. Two slightly different boxes of the end information's missing off that one there. And the reds are quite different in the two. The two wagons are slightly different reds. Let's see. Got a nice BT sticker on there. R219 buggy brick truck. And I've got this lovely wagon here with the pieces of track as a load on it. The cellophane's away on there. I can't remember the model numbers of any of these. There we go, R23. That's 99 pence, look. Lovely item. So again, items to come out to play another time. Let's pop that down there. You've got the 3 Ford vans there. R563. And this is an interesting one. It has cars on the same wagon, but it says on the end of it 563 with 3 vehicles. It doesn't say vans. So quite an interesting variation. Whether that should have had vans in or not, I don't know, but I do have another 3 vans over here sitting without a wagon there. I forgot to look at those. They're over there, just standing on the platform. But perhaps we'll get those out when we get some suitable track down. These are quite pretty things. I've never had these on the railway. So with the girder loads, that is the part of the canopy for the station. I just put a pair of those on as a load. So R242, very long. Perhaps we should have had those out. That'd look quite impressive. A couple of those running around the railway. I don't know whether those are original elastic bands or not, but they've all perished. So boxes in reasonably tidy condition. Hornby Railways. Yeah, so pop that down. I think there's a couple of items in there we didn't see, isn't there? Yeah, plate wagon. Had those out on the last railway, I think, 55p. Look at that. What a wonderful price, R19. Another track cleaning car, R344. So it's amazing what you find when you've got tucked away and you forget about. But yeah, we'll get some more interesting stuff out on the railway in the next few weeks. We'll try and get the railway down. I'm not doing a good job with this. This is going to go the other way. There we go. They're going to go that way around like that. So ideally, within the next month, I'll have all of this track up, and we'll prepare the board for something else. So I'm quite confident we're going to have some Hornby 00 out here for a time. So I've got these wagons, not wagons, these coaches, these Mark IIs, which I put the LED conversions in. So I think they'll just leave them as they are. So I think they should work perfectly well on the DC. I don't see why they won't work. There we go, we've got power on already. So change the direction. Turn them off and they'll gradually fade. I can't remember the value of the capacitor on there. There you go, that's fading away. So I think I'll just leave those like that. There's no reason they won't run nicely in the future. And the LMS brake van as well, I'll put the same LED conversion in here. So that will run with the tail lamp on there. But that's about it. So I'll continue putting these things away, and I'll rig something up, and we'll have a bit of running on here just to finish the video off with. So we're now the morning of the 5th of August. So I've had a great weekend away, and I've, as I suggested earlier in the video, I've still been putting things away, but I've hooked up the clipper. I've completely removed the 01 controllers. So we've just got the clipper. Whilst I've disconnected all of the modules that control the point work, I haven't removed them from the underside, so there's still quite a bit of work to do under here. I don't know whether we can have a quick look. I don't know whether my gimbal will let me go up under here. There we go. So the modules are still there, but they need taken out, but nothing's connected anymore. So the railway is just sort of one big circuit now, as I did make it all live. So it's not really good for a 2-track running. So I just got the one clipper on it, and I've isolated one siding here. I've got a mallard. So all the locomotives have had the modules removed now, and still can't find the box for this bridge. So that's eluding me. Got the other one packed away. So it's all coming apart. So the side walls are coming off as well. So I'm moving too quickly. So beginning to get them out off the incline here. Just follow that around. So I can't remember the part numbers of these at all. I'll just pop them in the corner of the screen. So we covered those quite a bit in much earlier videos. And you can see, got bits going away. I don't have any original packaging for most of that. So that was the 262 tank locomotive, which I converted over and then converted straight back because it became so noisy and also very, very hot. Runs beautifully. So I decided to use that. We'll hook that up with some coaches in a moment. We got rid of the coal unloading bridge. That's all packed away. So yeah, so it's quite exciting at the moment. So point there. So none of the electrics are in the points. They're all manual. So there's no switching available whatsoever. And there's one more signal. I thought I'd got all of the signals off. Excuse me, standing on the floorboards there. Another one hiding there. I think the turntable is also dead, so there's no power going to that, so that no longer runs. Let's get that 262 tank loco down. We'll just have a little bit of running just to finish off the video with. So this is on full wave, and we'll try it on the half wave as well. Let's give that a little bit of power. So we'll hear that come into life. I turn it the wrong way because I'm looking the wrong direction. So we'll bring it down the incline. And this 262 tank is made up of bits. It's definitely been in the wars. I showed it a couple of videos ago. It's got some dints and stuff in it, and it's fairly worn out. The bodywork, you see, it's had a bit of a dint there. So let's get that through the points there, and we'll back up and get those coaches. So if I put that onto the half wave now, we'll see what she sounds like with the half wave. Yeah, very reminiscent of the 01, that, isn't it? I think we'll jump back to full wave. I don't think that XO4 motor really likes that at all. There we go, and we'll switch the points. And we'll back that up to these coaches, see if we can grab these. Doesn't look like that wants to couple up readily. There we go. So I think the points are set. We'll just be able to run around the inside line there. Swap hands with the camera. See if we can lean over and get her coming around the curve here. Let's see if we can bring that to her. It's not a gentle stop, it's a sudden stop as the controller drops off. I don't know whether I can get the two in shot. Let's send that backwards. Yeah, so the Morley is much more gentle than that. And it just suddenly drops out. Half wave, go backwards. And hear that chatter from the motor. It's vibrating through the coaches. And a little bit forward. I think that's probably enough of that. I'm going to uncouple that and we'll get the mallard out briefly, I think. Let's just take that off there. So have a quick look over this locomotive. So you can see valve gear's fairly tatty. All of the markings have gone off this. There's that dent in the side there. There we go. And she's missing the screw at the front. And there is a crack in the plate there on the front end of the locomotive. I don't know whether I can lift off the chassis here. Let's have a look there. The body rather. So we lift the body off the chassis. So we'll just have a look inside there. Made in England. So I've got the fingers in the wrong place. So I don't know whether the body goes with the chassis or not. But we can see inside there, and you can see it does have that accident damage there. What a crash that must have been. So if we just have a look inside there, there's all sorts of fluff and stuff in there. Only just cleaned this. It's amazing what picks up. So yeah, I'm not sure whether what age the chassis is compared to the rest of the locomotive. It does have see-through wheels. I don't think the valve gear is complete, all worn out. I think there's a mix of valve gear on there. So it's definitely a mix of bits, but still quite a nice thing. So let's get that mallard on the go just for a comparison. So actually I've got to just move these coaches back by hand. So I'll makeshift energise this piece of track here. Just put that back in there. And I think the points are good to roll her forward. Actually, no, we just need to open number 1. Give that a go. So we'll leave her on half wave, so she reacts to half wave much nicer than the EXO motor. Get a stop on there, and let's try that backwards. But if you put that onto a full wave, she's an absolute charger. That's almost from the very first point on the click. So that sort of energy just wasn't available on the 01. And this locomotive was very, very sedate. All of them were. But I knew this one was a really powerful model. So you're very, very sedate on the 01. So let's take that through there. And then we'll just switch this crossover. Formerly points number 6. And let's take that backwards. That has got the floating wheel on the back of the tender wheel set, which can be troublesome on the point work, especially backwards. I think we have those, so let's take those through onto the outside line. This is the set of coaches which I converted over with the silver seal wheels, the bogies from the slightly later coaches, just transplanted onto them. Now let's switch a bit of point work. Close that crossover. We'll open up the elevated section and that one. So we'll go an up and over. Actually, we're still already open. So let's give that some power. Let me swap hands on the camera. There she goes, past the box of screws. Slight hesitation on the diamond there. And this is still on the half wave, so I think she's going to lose some energy as she tries to climb. There we go, so we'll have to add some more now for it to climb. And there she goes. She's going to tear away once she gets up the top and as she comes down. So I kept looking away there to see what was happening behind me and then losing track with the camera. So once round the inside. And I think that's probably it for this week. But thanks again for watching. If you look back, sorry, I'll get the words out properly. If you look back again next time, we'll see what else we've got up to on the railway, see how much more we've got dismantled, see if we can have something else running if there's any track left. Thanks again. Goodbye now.